What's going on, guys? Nick Addesso Poker here. I am walking into the Orleans Casino. If any of you guys are familiar with Las Vegas, that's where I'm going. I'm going to be playing their Monster Stack 250 Big Blind tournament here pretty soon. And yeah, it's going to be great. Our strategy is going to be, to play tranquilo from the start and then, just play good poker, I mean, that's really all that you can do in this type of situation. So that's really what we're going to do. And, we're going to make the most out of it. We are playing with one of our buddies, Adam. He is joining us for this tournament, which is awesome. So, we're going to play together, see how well we can do, see if we can win this thing, all right? So I'm going to keep you guys updated throughout, and let's get to some cards. All right, guys, so we're on break right now, about an hour and a half in. We're not looking too hot on the chips. We're at about 43 big blinds, roughly been very card dead. But one hand that was notable that I'll go over with you is I had two limpers in front of me. I was on the button with pocket sevens. They were black sevens, so I went ahead and raised it to 4x just to account for the limpers, try to get people out. Both limpers called, the blinds folded, so we have some dead money in there. The flop comes 3, 4, 5, all diamonds. Everybody checks to me. I put in a bet of 1/3 pot, and the first person to act next, they raise it to about 2.8x or so, and then the person behind them called the 2.x raise. So we're kind of in a precarious situation here on the flop. You have a couple of options. I mean, we technically have an overpair here. A 6 makes our straight, so it's it's an okay situation. But where we were kind of sitting, I ended up folding, so it's kind of a nitty fold, but without a diamond in your hand, so you don't have a straight flush draw, not a whole ton of equity, and honestly, not a lot of cards that you're gonna like come the turn. So I ended up deciding on the fold. Not really sure what everybody had because on the turn somebody bet and they folded, but basically that's how the hand played out. So it could have been a nitty fold, but I think in the end, I think it was a better fold. Even though we might have had the best hand on the flop, I think a lot of turn cards would have given us the worst of it or put us in a really bad spot. So that's kind of how I played the hand, but we're gonna get back to it. Break ends in about 3 minutes, and we'll keep you updated, all right? All right, what's going on, guys? We are on our second break. We have 33,500 in chips. Starting stack was 25,000. So we are sitting on about 17 bigs as of right now. So not exactly where we want to be, obviously, but hey, you know what? We're above starting stack. We're now the rebuy period is over. So basically what we're going to go ahead and do is try to get it in and try to get a double up. That way we can ease into the money. So that's kind of where we're at. And I'm actually here with my buddy Adam, who's kind of in similar situation.
What's up?
Oh, what's your situation going on right now? What's going on at your table?
So my first rebuy, I busted right before the first break. I had pocket kings, flop comes out, king 7-3. I end up getting it all in with some other guy. He goes runner, flush. And so I rebuy on the second break, and now I'm at 18 big blinds. So just about where Nick's at.
Awesome. So we're going to go run this up and hopefully make the final table together and then hash it out, all right? We'll update you guys later. All right, guys, we are on a break as of right now. Just kind of walk into the bathroom as of right now. Wanted to go over a hand review. So the important thing with this hand review is I basically caught a guy speeding big time. And, I watched this guy. This was an exploitative play. If you run this in the solver for GTO poker, it is going to tell you to fold. That's just kind of a preface. But basically, this guy was betting his overpairs and his top pairs heavily on the flop. And so I used that to my advantage on this one. So basically what happened was I was sitting on about 40 to 50 big blinds. The blinds were 400, 800 with a 800 big blind ante. I was under the gun. I had pocket sevens, red and black pocket sevens. Not sure exactly the suits, but they, that raised to 2,000, and the small blind and the big blind call. Okay, and once they call, then the hand gets started. The flop comes, and it is deuce 5-10 rainbow. And, on that flop, that doesn't exactly smash our range from under the gun unless we have like a pair already. I mean, the ace kings, the kings jacks, all that kind of thing, they all missed. We'll have some 10s in our range and some overpairs, but that's really about it. It really smashes the small and big blinds range more frequently, right? So with that being said, the small blind and big blind checked. It's safe to check back here. So we check back kind of to play some pot control, maybe see if we can hit trips on the turn, see if we can pick up equity, something like that. So that's what we do. We check, and the turn comes a 9 of hearts. So again, not a great card because we're gonna have basically no nines, you know, from under the gun, right? Maybe ace 9 suited some of the time, but you really shouldn't have that in that range. And maybe pocket 9. So we can't really bet here, right? Because it doesn't really make sense. So with that being said, the small blind checks. The big blind decides to bet 2,400. Okay, so the big blind bets 2,400, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well, he didn't bet on the flop, so I don't think he has a 10, okay, and I don't think he has an overpair. So he might have pocket 9s, which I'm dead, okay, but other than that, or a 9, right, he doesn't have to have a set, so he may have a 9. But I'm going to call to see if I can, you know, pick up something, right? I think I'm going to be good here most of the time. This kind of feels bluffy. So I call. Now, there is the small blind behind me, but I was like, I don't think he's going to call. He does call. So now that adds more into the pot, right? And which I was still getting a good price. Then the river comes a 9 of clubs. So, you know, at this point, it's a little dicey, right? So the small blind checks. So now I'm certain he doesn't have anything. If he had anything, he was going to bet there. Then the big blind decides to bet 3,600. Okay, now keep in mind, basically I can rule out that he doesn't have top pair and he doesn't have an overpair. So what kind of bluffs is he gonna have here? He's gonna have queen jack, he's gonna have ace queen, he might have like pocket 6s here, something like that, but I do not think he's gonna have a 10. So I rule a 10 and an overpair out. Then the only other hand that he could have is some weird 9 that gave him trips on the river. And I would have been beat the whole time. So basically, I put it into my head, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make this call. I'm getting a good price to make this call, and I do. And I was right. He tables ace queen, and the 7s take the hand because the small blind folds. So very happy to take that in, and we got to chip up a little bit. So here, we're going to go back to the tournament here, see what else we can do. All right, guys, you've made it to the end of the vlog. As you can tell by me being in my house, I did not cash. Unfortunately, you know, we got through the tournament, the blinds got heavy, we got short stacked, and we ended up having to get our money in. We had about a good 40 minutes, which was about 2 levels, where basically we just blinded down, the blinds went up, we didn't really catch hands. And so how it ended was we had ace jack in the big blind, everybody folded to the dealer button raised, and we're sitting on about 15 big blinds, so nothing really else to do other than ship it, try to double up. You know, that's a situation where, hey, if you double up, you're going to be in a good position to win into the money, and then also, go and attack after the final table there, try to ladder up, try to get more into the prize pool, all that kind of thing. So they called, they had pocket 9s, and unfortunately, we did not hit the flop, no ace, no jack, nothing, and their 9s held. So there was 129 people that entered. We ended up coming in about 35th. So it was, 15 were in the money, so we were shy of the money by, some spots there. But, we did play well. We learned a lot. I had some good hands for us to go over. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the vlog, and stay tuned for the next one. We'll have some more stuff to go over.